Good afternoon, everyone, or should I say good evening. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situational Podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
Deanna, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, good, good. Well, another episode that we can get ready to put in the books. Today's episode, I kind of want to talk about the battle of the sexes. So just
Okay.
we just gonna touch on a few topics
Well, that's
about the
that's kind
battle,
of where my that's kind of where my segment. What's your glam going? So I'm gonna need your input.
the battle of the sexes.
Just the glam and women how they're dressing today, and
Okay, okay. All right. Well, I see they say great minds think alike.
absolutely.
Hey, give me 1 second here. All right.
Okay.
Well, like I said, we're gonna kind of talk on touch bases on the battle of the sexes.
Okay.
Um, for 2024, and just some
Mhm.
things that make you think about a few things. Okay.
Okay.
Um, the first question. Let's talk about rational decision making.
Okay.
They said from my understanding, they say men are rational decision makers and women are more emotional. You agree with that?
I do.
Okay. From what I've picked up,
Mhm.
um, they indicated men tend to focus on logic and factual information when making decisions, often emphasizes a more analytical approach. But they say women often seen as more intuitive and empathetic, considering emotion. re- Uh, considering more emotional decision making. What do you think about that?
I agree with that as well. I can speak for me on that. I'm very intuitive and empathetic, but women, we are, naturally more emotional than men. So I think sometimes, depending on the situation,
All right.
maybe things will switch. But for the most part, I think men are more logical.
Okay. All right. Well, we kind of agree on that because, um, well, based on the 2024 perspective,
Hmm.
it said increasing awareness of gender bias, the narrative is shifted. Many know acknowledge that both men and women use a mix of rational and emotional thinking depending on the context. That's what they
Right. That's
said
what
for 2024. That's what they basing it on for 2024.
Okay. Well, that's basically what I said, depending on the situation or.
Right. Okay. Okay. Number two. Well, I already know the answer to this one. Do men take more risks than women?
uh, I could say
Yes.
yes
I'm
and
gonna, I'm gonna
no.
help you. Yes, we do. We definitely have the tendency. Man, we're taking a risk every day,
Hmm.
and I'm speaking from a male perspective. One thing
Okay.
about us, we have no problem sticking our neck out there or trying something new or crossing that line that we know we shouldn't cross, but we do
Yes.
it anyway because we're risk takers. So
I can I can agree with that.
yeah. So so what are your perspectives as far as women? Do you think women are risk takers
But
as well?
but see, I can say when we are ready to take risks, it's like what the hell is wrong with her? Or no, you gotta go. Like, if a woman decided she didn't want to be a stay at home no more, or she had dreams and goals that she wanted to pursue, and she like, okay, now it's time for me to do that, and it's like they like, no, you messing up the rotation of how things been going and flowing.
Right.
So is she granted permission to take the risk? That would be my comeback for that, or my opposing view.
Well, per the study, it says women are often viewed as more cautious in prioritizing safety and security, when it comes to taking risks. That's what it states.
I could say I could agree with that. I could agree with that.
Okay.
Because if the husband will come home and like, or the man or whatever, be like, baby, this is something I want to do. And she like, well, where did you get that information from? Let's do some research on it.
Right.
Before you jump out the window. I mean, you can take it back to the movie The Raisin in the Sun. Remember, he
Right.
went, she was saving the money and stuff like that, and he went and just blew it all.
Right. Absolutely.
And she was really hurt, but she still, let him be the man.
Right. Well, definitely, women definitely want to dissect everything. They're gonna dissect it before they make a move.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
I, I can attest to that.
Well, because I think because we're so emotional and we can be overthinking things at times, when we feel like we've done our due diligence of planning it out or doing some research or whatever, even if it doesn't go as well as we thought or succeed as well as we thought it would have, we'll still be okay with the outcome because we felt like we've eliminated, what I'm saying, some of the doubt.
Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Discreet versus indiscreet. I
Is
mean,
it any more discretion in 2024? Man, these
right.
people letting it all out. It's crazy out here.
Okay. Well, they say the question was, are men communication styles direct and women is more, our women questions more, I mean, communication is more indirect. What you think?
I think women are direct, and I think men be discreet and skating around the question.
Oh, shit.
I be like, what did you say? No, make it plain. Just say exactly what it is. Don't add nothing else to it. Don't add nobody to the situation. Just what is
It is what it
it?
is, right?
Explain it in simplest terms.
Well, let me
Explain it
tell you
to me
what the
like you would
study
explain it
states.
to a 5-year-old.
Right. Well, the study says men often prefer direct and straightforward communications, focusing on
Mhm.
facts and solutions. Okay, that's what
I
they
can
say
say
for the
I can
men.
I can I can agree with that because a lot of men I know they like to be problem solvers. And
Okay.
if they are taking care of their business and they, a real man and they standing on it, uh sometimes the women, will be overbearing or emotional about something, making a problem really big. And the man was like, that's it, all okay, baby, I'll take care of it. What is it? All right, it's done. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So I can agree with that.
Okay.
But when they trying to do some dirt or slimy stuff, they are indirect.
Indirect there, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Cool. Well, I can agree with that too.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, let's move. We move right along.
Okay.
Okay. Let's problem solving, task orientated versus process orientated. Okay. Do men focus on tasks while women focus on process when it comes to problem solving?
I say men focus on tasks. Cause if we go to Walmart and we get a desk that we have to put together, he don't even want to read the instructions. He just want to do the
Oh,
task.
that's me. That's me.
Exactly. Exactly. I knew
I
I
don't
knew
read.
what example I
Right.
knew what example to use in
Yes.
layman's terms.
Yes. Because
The
I'm
women
not
like,
reading damn
hold on.
directions.
Baby, you putting the F peg where G's supposed to go. That's why it's not putting together.
Oh shit. You know what? I got to fess up to that one because that's definitely me. I hate reading all them directions, and I mean, and
I
I
knew that
what I
one.
do is when it comes down to stuff like that, I just look at it. I look at the box and say, okay, well the legs, I know the legs go here. Okay, well I start working. You know.
See, for me, I'm an auditory and visual learner. I'm gonna look at the box, and then when I'm reading instructions, I'm saying it out loud in my mind. So when I hear it back to myself, it's like I already did it once. when I actually do it, I'm doing it for the second time around. So boom, I can put it together.
Right.
So I'm processing it.
And you know what? You dead on. You hit that dead on the head because let me tell you what the study says. It
Hmm.
says men are often criticized as task orientated, aiming for quick and efficient solutions. That's me.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's me. That's me. One
I
hundred percent.
know.
I admit.
That's most men. I
Right.
know.
And then it states women are seen as process orientated, valuing collaborations through the journey towards solving a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me
Oh,
all
this is
day long.
funny. I know.
Myth or reality? Are women better
Uh,
multitasking than men?
I believe so.
Why you say
I
that?
believe so because, and I've had to explain this in my relationship. Okay, you can get up and go to work, but I'm getting up in the morning cooking breakfast. I was taking kids to school. I'm dropping them off. Then I'm
Right.
actually going to work. Then while I'm doing my work, I'm not in a 9 to 5 no more. So I might get a call from a family member or this and that. Now I got to stop and go do something else. Then I get back to that. Then when I get off, you want to see me later on if I'm not staying at your place. So I'm cooking dinner. I got to stop at the store, making sure the kids are cool. Yes, we doing a whole lot in one damn day.
Yeah, I give you that because that's exactly what my answer was going to be. Comes down to women. Y'all are traditionally credited as being multitaskers. You
I'm
know,
like, baby, if I could just go to work and I ain't got to think about nothing else
right.
and kick my feet up and drink me a Corona when I get off.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And as far as men, I'm gonna speak from a male's perspective. I mean, some men may be good multitasking.
Right.
I think I may be one, but
Hmm.
100% certain I would prefer to work on one task at a time.
Right.
One task at a time for me. That way, I know I make sure the first task I'm gonna complete it and get it right
Right.
versus multitasking.
And that's the thing for a woman, even if we saying, okay, like with me, I'm working on a book and I'm not done yet.
Right.
But it's like I have to shut down my mind, but I be on go from driving. I'm on go from still putting in my mind, oh, I gotta go grocery store, I gotta get the toiletries.
Right.
Oh, what am I gonna cook for dinner? Oh, I gotta pick my daughter up from here, whatever. So it's like I'm still not still to just
Right.
be able to focus on one thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I say, I definitely give it to you guys. You guys are, I mean,
Hmm.
hands down the best at
Yeah,
multitasking. Like I said, when it comes down to,
right,
like you said, your job, your family, the house, taking care of everything
right.
within the house. So yeah, I give it to you guys with that 100%.
But it's exceptions though, because it's some amazing men out here that's cooking. It's some single fathers out here that's they have their children, they're working, they're doing everything too. So I'm not just gonna say it's all ours, you know what I'm saying? And you have some deadbeat women out here that don't want to do nothing. It's like, heifer, you ain't even put your own self together. Damn. Do something. Do something. For
Right.
real.
Ah, shit. Okay, question. Let me
Okay.
ask you this then.
Hmm.
Do women have a higher emotional intelligence than men?
I believe so. But I have a counter answer for that. Men are not often given the space to be vulnerable and emotional. If he is, he's a punk.
Right.
Or he, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like now your masculinity is gonna get torn down if you're not in a safe place where you do want to be vulnerable or emotional. And I
Right.
feel like men should have the right just as women too. So then
Okay.
when he explode, it's like it's not understood, but I can understand it because it's like you still need an outlet.
Right.
And so and I do believe because they don't. And I'm not giving a pass at all, but I do believe that be the reason why some men cheat or drink or gamble or, other vices that they pick up, because they have built up things on the inside where they're not able to release them in an emotional or vulnerable manner.
Yeah, I agree with you. Per study, it says women are often perceived as higher emotional intelligence, excelling in empathy and social skills. I kind of agree with that.
I
For
mean, I
men,
like I said, I agree,
go ahead. Go ahead.
but I just think in some instances they don't get the proper, you know what I'm saying, okay to even be in the realm of doing it.
Right. But it also states here that men show emotional intelligence different, such as through problem solving and leadership under pressure. How do you feel about that?
Right. I believe that.
Okay. So we kind of on the same page with that one as well.
Because even when women, and I look at social media, and it's a lot of boss up women out here, and they're saying, well, I do this and do this, of course I'm masculine or whatever, but I do it because I have to. And they talk about the race of the black women. It's the only one that has to be strong, has to work, has to. We really don't get the option of being a stay at home mom or wife or stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like we have to be strong. And I always say strong is not a compliment, because you have to endure and do things that you probably normally wouldn't do, or sometimes you might not want to do, but you have to do it anyway.
Absolutely.
But I don't know one woman, and I don't care if she's a billionaire, if she got everything she wanted or whatever, when a man comes along and opens your door, or sends you flowers or bring you lunch, or whatever he does, he shows up, or you got anything that's going on, he'd be like, oh, don't worry about it, baby, I got you. I guarantee you something gonna click inside of her, as independent as you want to be.
Okay. But do you think women are? Let me see. How do I want to word this?
Hmm.
Do you think that women are still allowing the man to take that leadership role since they so bossed up, or claim to be bossed up?
They not. It's a small majority that is, and a large majority that isn't, from what I'm seeing. Now, I haven't been around the world, but just from what I'm seeing and what the chatter is about, on social media or different platforms that I hear,
Right.
no, I don't. Because in their mind, it's like they don't need you. But for me, it's always like the male presence. Your presence is everything.
Absolutely.
Because guess what? If that man is in the house and them kids acting up, they gonna think twice about talking crazy to the mother.
Yeah.
It's the male presence.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that's needed.
But the woman, yeah, but the woman is like, that's what I'm saying. When you have all these agendas being pushed, the separation of the black families, uh, you know, assistance given for the woman, or, you know, women has been doing things and breaking barriers for years, but over the last 5 to 10 years, it's been a massive flow and growth of women entrepreneurs, and predominantly black. And you just hear them saying now they don't need a man, this and that or whatever. And it's like, well, now, no, you probably don't need a man to take care of you, but you still need a companion. And if you can find somebody that match the qualities and the level of life that you want to have and where you're at, then I say go for that. Don't keep saying you don't need a man for anything, but
Right.
it's not needing them. It's about wanting one. So for me, that would be the difference in that. It,
Okay.
if you humble your stank attitude and get off your high horse because you decided that you wanted to create the life that you wanted, kudos for you to doing that. But don't say you don't need nobody because you did that. And you probably don't need them, but you should still want to have somebody.
Right. But in that situation, I kind of fought. I kind of fought a lot of these. out here for that. You
Mhm.
know, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that is because I truly don't believe women would act that way if it wasn't if it if they haven't been uh, what am I trying to say?
Disrespected.
Well, no, not really disrespected,
Mm.
but you know, women act the way they're acting nowadays is because we have guys out here that's shade trees. You know, like
Mhm.
when I mean shade trees, I mean like you just giving this woman just giving, just giving. You know,
Right.
versus uh to me when you do that, you crippling that woman.
Right.
You know, I don't have no problem with a man taking care of his woman. You're supposed to do that. You know,
Mhm.
but when you meet someone and it's all about the dollar, now she feels she's entitled. You
I
know,
agree
but
with that.
right, but what value have she brought to that man? You know what I'm saying? You're not bringing
Exactly.
any value to the man when you do that.
But guess what? But then when he get dogged out by her, and he go get the nice lady that's getting up to go to work, don't really ask for much and this and that or whatever. It's like now you tapped out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
But
I'm saying? So
yeah, but the woman that he left prior,
yeah.
now she feels that this is the route to go because she was doing it before. So now she gonna have the
Right.
same attitude going forward. And this is why we in this situation today.
I agree with that. And that goes back to our early points where men are more taskers and doers versus processing stuff. You're not even getting to know these damn women.
Right,
But if I've been with you for 2 years, ain't no way in hell you should have been talking about you did more for Susie and she broke your heart and she dogged you out. And I've been rolling with you, riding with you, you know,
right,
being there, being supportive and everything else or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I can fault me in some cases for that. And on another point where I remember one time I was younger and I was starting a new job. You know, when you start a new job, it takes you 3 weeks to get a paycheck if you don't
right,
come in on the pay period. You know, sometimes.
right,
And I didn't ask this man to get my hair done. I didn't ask him to buy me no clothes, no shoes. I had all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't of importance to me. I'm like, okay, about to start this new job. You know, I really don't need anything because I got massive amounts of everything. So I'm not just no down and out chick, but this is a new job that I'm starting. And so I just asked him, can you give me some money to make it back and forth to work? Even if you give me a bus card or whatever, can you just give me some money so I can get to work to get my first paycheck? He said, yeah, I give it to you. Everybody got to bow down sometime. I said,
really,
oh,
right, right,
I was like, baby, take whatever the hell you was going to give me. You
and
know where
keep
you
it
can shove it.
right. Well, I wonder
But
what
it
made
was
him say
like,
that. And this is what meant somebody that you was entertaining.
we were in an actual relationship.
Oh
But the
wow,
whole thing was, it was like after the relationship kept going on, like one day he was gonna take me on a date, and he hadn't seen me all day, but we had talked early, and he was like, "I'm gonna take you out later, babe." I'm like, "Okay." So I was just making sure I look cute because I knew I wasn't gonna go back home, so I had put my clothes on earlier, and I was
right,
at my friend's house, and he like, "Well, where the hell you been? Who you with? Why you got that on? This and that." And I wasn't revealing anything. I just looked really nice. I was like, I put this on for you. You said you were taking me out. And then after that, it was just every time, like the mail lady or anywhere I would go, oh, I like your hair. Oh, I like your makeup. Oh, you got pretty eyes. Oh, I like your outfit. Oh, I like it. Oh, I just like everything. And I was getting compliments from everywhere, from everybody everywhere we went, you know, with us being together. And he was like, I'm sick of this shit. And I was like, I said, oh, this man. So when I went back to revisit that in my mind, when I had started that job and I asked him to give me the money for work, it all made sense to me. I said, this is not somebody rooting for me.
right.
And then he actually ended up, after that, coming out saying, you're never going to make it in doing anything that you want to do in life. That's what he told me.
Yeah, that he definitely wasn't for you then. If that's
No,
what if he talked to you in that manner, then he definitely wasn't on your
no.
squad. That's for sure.
But I was like, I'm glad I was able to recognize the signs. Sometimes when women don't take time to love themselves properly,
Right.
they're out in the streets looking for love, that and the void will never be filled. You have to have self-love first. You have to uh like I take myself on dates. I make time for me. I journal, I pray. um I do all of the things that keeps me balanced, you know what I'm saying, and in a
Right.
safe place. And
Right.
so I'm like, if I continue to practice things that make me happy, and I allow the people in my circle that I know genuinely love and care about me, and they're happy when they see me, or they're happy when we talk, and it's great times. Not saying we don't go through things in life. So when you do that and you practice that on a continuous basis, and it just becomes a flow in a form of life of you, when something comes up that's not for you, whether it's a friendship, a companionship, or whatever it may be, or an opportunity, whatever, you won't be jumping at stuff, and you will recognize the red flags because you've been properly taking care of yourself, and you won't just be a guinea pig going for anything and get knocked
Absolutely.
over the head.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. Okay.
Because I mean, even as a woman, if you saying, "Oh, I ain't had no friends in 10 years," and then you meet somebody and y'all hit it off, you meet a girl, you went out for drinks by yourself, whatever. You like, "Oh, she was so nice, she was so cool," and she like, "Oh yeah, you finna be this, and we gonna be doing this, and we." Now you are wrapped up, and this heifer could be trying to just get in, scheme, see what you got, steal your clothes, steal your man, steal your peace, your pride, and everything
Right.
else you got.
Right.
But it happens, you hear the stories so often where they use the term backdoor, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and we all know what it is, but it's like it be the right hand man that you saying your brother, your bestie right next to you, who did it.
And that's usually how it be. That's
Yes,
exactly how it be. It always be that one person that's right next to you that end up setting you.
but guess what, it always be signs, and that's what we be doing, and that's what I'm saying. When you love yourself properly, when I say I am uneffing myself on some things, um because we start to second guess ourselves when we be around people that persuade us to do differently than what our first mind or our gut feeling told us to do.
Right.
And we start giving people passes. Oh, he just acting like that. Or when they say, "How your little business doing?" And you be like, "Oh, it's fine. He just joking around or whatever." No, ain't nothing little about me. Everything I do is big business, big steps. You know what I'm saying? No
Right.
matter how you
Absolutely.
may look at it, but when you keep saying this stuff out of your mouth, now I got to look at you sideways, and I'm not gonna keep giving you no passes.
Yeah. Like I say, you got to be very cautious of that. Like I say, it's always that one person that
Right.
you overlooking, thinking, oh, that's my girl, that's my girl, but your girl may have an agenda, that
But
you
see,
you, you missing.
new people will come around and say, "No, I'm cool. I don't want to go. She rubbed me the wrong way. Are you sure that's your girl?" But see, that's we be loyal to a fault, and we go off the longevity. Oh, I've been knowing Sharon for 20 years. Sharon been bogus for 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you've just accepted all the malicious things and the toxic friendship that it was. And then when you meet somebody new that's actually showing you love and treating you how you're supposed to be treated in a genuine way, that's what the hell you question. And that's what a lot of men be questioning out here because they've been in that toxicity.
Right.
And it's like, baby, look, just sit down. Let me love you how you supposed to be loved. This is what you supposed to do the right way.
Well, I'm gonna get off topic just a little bit here.
Hmm.
Did you see Tyler Perry new movie, Divorce
I
in the
didn't see
Black?
it yet. I
Okay,
didn't see it yet.
check it out. I was going to touch on
Okay.
it, but I'm not going to touch on it right now because you didn't see it. But check it out, and then
Okay.
next week we'll
Yeah, I'll see it.
we'll bring it revisit it because
Okay.
it kind of let me see, it's kind of somewhat fit what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
The scenario, different scenarios and things like that. It kind of fit to what we're saying right now. So like
Yeah,
I
I
said, I
seen the
don't want to talk.
trailer.
Yeah, I don't want to
I
talk too
seen the
much about it.
trailer and a few little clips.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you get a chance. When you get a chance, check that out, and then we'll revisit probably next week, and
Okay.
we'll discuss it then.
Okay.
All right. Next question: leadership style. Now I
Mhm.
kind of already know where this is going.
Okay.
Question for you: are men more
Mhm.
authoritative leaders, and women are wait, let me rephrase this.
Okay.
Are men more authority leaders versus
Mhm.
women being more collaborative?
I can say yes initially answering, but no, depending on the situation sometimes.
Okay,
Because men, it goes back to them being straightforward and telling you what it is.
right. Only if we not
And
cheating though.
women,
Only if we not cheating, right? No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, but women, we always are in a collective effort. You know what I'm saying, to include others, and the
Collaborative,
more the
yeah, yeah,
merrier.
right.
Yeah, but then it's actually working smarter and not harder. If I know I want to relieve myself of something, or I feel like I've come in contact or some amazing people have been sent my way,
Mm-hmm.
why would I want to do everything when I can delegate and put people in place that do an amazing job to do this and we can be
Right.
a team,
Yeah.
versus me being burnt out and me saying and I just want to make all the money and I want all the accolades for myself. You're never going to win that way because you're one person.
Right. You on point today, because that's exactly what the study. That's exactly what the study stated.
Hmm.
The study stated the same thing you just said. So it didn't even make sense for me to read what the study stated. Yeah, you're definitely on point with that one.
Okay.
You are now watching Situations, the
tuned
podcast,
in
where
to
nothing
your
is
number
off
one.
limits.
I'm gonna jump off subject a little bit. We kind of
Okay.
breezed through that anyway.
Right.
Did you see this? This I don't usually like talking about politics.
I knew it.
You know, um, I don't even know how to begin with this.
I don't even mean to cut you off, but my initial response was, "Is this real?"
That's why I was getting ready to go. I was going in that direction because dude, Trump, he's something else. You know, but I've
He got
seen
shady tactics.
he'd try
Shady
anything.
tactics.
I think he tried
Shady.
anything to keep the public off the case, off his
Right.
case. So now that's no longer talked about in the news. Is that's going to be swept under the rug because this is major.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So was it
But then
was it real?
also, was it real? Was it shown to us to implement martial law?
But
I
they
mean, I can go.
go ahead, go.
I'm just saying, like, it's. I don't know what the tactic was behind that. And
But
then
go ahead, Fiona. I'm
how could
sorry.
he not how could he not be what I'm saying, properly protected?
Well, my thing is this. First of all, per the interviewers and people that gave statements, they were stating that they informed the police there was a shooter on the roof or there was a shooter on the scaffold or wherever he was located.
Right, I heard
And
that.
right, and then they said one police had an encounter with the gentleman, and when the gentleman dropped the rifle on him, the police left.
Hmm.
Now how did that even make sense? That's number one.
So that's
Number
what,
two,
right.
I got 2 points I want to make real quick. And the
Okay.
second one is with this type of rally that's about to take place,
Right.
Secret Service, I know they swept this area all week. Okay,
Exactly.
they swept it. They had to sweep this area all week. How is it
Right.
possible for this shooter to be in the vicinity? How did he get past? How did he get past Secret Service?
Because that was my whole thing. Was that's why I said, was it real, or was it an inside job on the same team versus someone opposing?
But they said I also seen something that said that the shooter was supposedly be dead now. Then
Right.
I heard someone say that allegedly they got the wrong shooter. That wasn't actually the shooter.
Right. Because
So,
I okay. So did they show him? That's what I'm saying. Like, did we see him deceased? They made sure we seen George Floyd.
well, I said, as I said, I don't really get off into this. It was just something I saw and something I heard.
Right.
I'm not. It's not like I'm following because I really don't care, to be honest with you.
Right. Right.
You know, it was just something that I just want to get your opinion on because a lot of it don't make sense to me, especially when it comes down to him. You know, Trump
Right.
is, I don't know, but that's what this is one of the reasons why I don't get into politics because you
To
got
me, all
people
of
out
them on the
here.
same side. Hell,
It's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, I
all of
don't.
them messed up.
And then they said supposedly somebody else within the rally supposedly had got shot and died.
Hmm.
We don't. I don't know who that is, and
Right.
nobody was shown. The
Right.
deceased family. I haven't heard nothing from the deceased family. So, the government, you know, I don't know. They tried to pull a wool right over your eyes and right in front of you. Because
Man, this
if
news
you
don't even.
think about this for a second,
Hmm.
if someone is shooting at you, what's your first reply? What is your body gonna do first?
It's gonna duck,
You gonna get
run.
absolutely. You gonna try to get to cover, right?
He couldn't hit under the podium.
Why was he so eager to stand up in front of Secret Service, hold his hand all in the air, you know?
Right.
And then if you
And
look
then
at the
was talking about
background, if you look at his background, nobody in his background ducked.
no. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, is it real? And then talk about my shoes. What shoes he talking about? Them damn flag gym shoes. Like,
Oh man,
what was they supposed to do? Make America great again? Because it ain't happening, Jack.
that shit crazy. Like I said, because I'm looking at this clip. When you hear somewhat appear to be the gunshots,
Exactly.
I see him grab his ear and
Right.
try to take cover. Secret Service rushed the
So
stage, but nobody in the background. The whole background was still there. Everybody in that
right. So
background was
if it
still there.
look, so if it grazed his ear, it was people saying if I had him, then why don't people want out or somebody got the bullet, the stray bullet?
That's what I'm saying. So it,
Uh-uh.
it's a lot to this. They not saying, but we dealing with the government too, though.
Right.
So yeah, they real slick.
Then he have a fake blood packet behind his ear. They made some type of sound and he hit it and then boom, it bust open. We don't know. This can go any type of way.
Yeah, you're right because the blood pack probably didn't because when he if you I mean my thing is if you're shot or whether you grazed. If you grazed by a bullet or shot by a bullet, you're gonna bleed instantly,
Right.
right?
But even still, the bullet, you was grazed. It didn't stop at you though.
Right. So is that
If
the
it was
bullet?
coming
Is that the
full
same
force,
bullet that's supposedly killed somebody else? Because they reported that someone else had deceased. So who was it? I don't know. But this is
I don't
that
believe
was
it.
what's being reported. Now
You
I didn't
know,
see no blood until Secret Service and them rushed
right.
the stage, and then he got up. The blood pack probably put on them then.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's I mean I don't know. I don't Trump he that's your
What
boy though.
what they
That's your
say?
boy.
What they say? Television is telling lies to your vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's you don't know what to believe or what to not.
You're right about that.
Because my
Yeah.
whole thing is, yeah, it's a lot of bad stuff going on out here, but why we don't ever hear about the good stuff? Like,
We talked about this last episode. We talked about that same thing
just,
last episode. But
I'm
now,
just
I
saying, like,
guarantee you, as much as we heard about his trial and all
right,
the wrongdoing he was doing up until this point, I
right.
guarantee you that that's not going to be spoke of no more because this is high priority. This is news.
And then
This is
guess
what's going to
what?
be talked about.
Okay, but look at when them people, the good old boys or whoever, stormed the White House. Baby, y'all should have took this one on the chin.
Yeah,
Karma spins the block.
yeah.
It don't matter how much money you got, how much authority you think you have, or who you think you are. You cannot escape karma.
But let me ask you this:
Mm,
do you think it stops here?
no.
That was a failed attempt. Do you think it stops
Mm-mm,
there?
no.
Yeah.
I do actually think it's a lot of people out there that don't like him.
Oh,
So
I
I'm
can
not saying
attest to
it's
that.
I'm not saying it's far fetched, but what they just showed us, I just don't believe that.
Right. Well, I'm with you because you know me, when I see stuff like that, I'm looking at the whole picture. I'm looking at
Right.
everything. I'm trying to dissect everything I just saw, and I'm putting
Exactly.
it together in my mind. And what
Because
I
where
come up with, I'm like, no, this can't be real. This
that's
can't
why I'm
be
like, where
real.
there's a cause, there's an effect. And like I said, that was my first initial. I was like, is this real? When I saw
Right.
it, I'm like, is this a real thing or a prank?
It may be real, but I don't put nothing past them at all.
Right.
You
Right.
know, like I said, I'm dissecting because me, when I hit gunshots, I'm trying to tear the damn floor down. You know what
Stop,
I'm saying?
drop, and roll.
I'm trying to get away.
Okay.
Them people that were standing behind him at the rally, when they heard the gunshot, they first initiative, they ducked. But then after a while, they
So,
stand up chanting.
and this is my whole thing. So, if they were saying the police talked to such and such, or they knew this and that, or whatever, so all them damn speakers and radios, they got connected to them and inner ears and all that stuff, whatever. So you didn't feel like you want to be so important to be the next president, but you didn't feel like your life was that important to be like, stop the damn rally, let's get him up out of here. We'll have to resume this another time because that's a major threat.
Yeah. But
So,
like I said, I'm just still trying to figure out how he even get in the vicinity
right. But
with the
if you don't
weapon.
care about your own self to say stop, or for the team, law enforcement, whoever, to be like, you know, this is high priority, it's a threat, we got to stop, we're going to have to resume the rally or whatever it was another time. If you not even being that protective of your own life, shit, we doomed. What the fuck you
Yeah.
talking about?
You're absolutely right about that.
And I ain't even trying to laugh about it, but it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Hold on.
It's now time for What's Your Glam?
All right. Okay, y'all. Segment alert. Hold on 1 second.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Diana, and this segment is called What's Your Glam? So I was telling Kelvin I actually want his input on this part, or of the segment. I just have a question of, like, we're in 2024, and I look at fashion and how it's evolved over the years, and even where we're at now, and I'm excited, about different looks that I see. I watch Fashion Week, and the girlies on Instagram, and who's pushing the envelope, who's being innovators and things like that. But and to even speak on, there is a lot of women that are making their own money, taking trips, living their life the way they want to. But for the women that are just completely naked all the time, Like, to me, that's not fashion. And what type of message are you sending out there? You know, even to just touch back on, yeah, you don't need a man, but still, is this the message that you're sending out? So, what do you think about that, Kelvin? Like, it's just a lot of dresses and everything that are revealing, you know, and nothing's left to the imagination. I understand you wear see-through things and cover-ups when you're on vacation or beaches and stuff like that, but for any woman out there, if you're going to dinner with your man and you know a group of people, his other friends, or you're in a setting where other men are around or his friends are around, are you okay with being next to naked and everybody looking at you like that? Like, y'all tap in. Tell me what y'all think.
Okay, well, let me give you my feedback on that. I kind of agree with you
Okay.
100% when it comes
Mhm.
down to certain looks of fashion. Uh,
Okay.
I too have been keeping an eye out on the looks and things that they're pushing,
Mhm.
going forward. And like you said, there's a lot of women out here that's um, are too revealing. And like you
Right.
said, it leaves nothing to the imagination anymore. Um,
Right.
which it's really not a good look. It really
It's
not a good
not.
look, and it's coming from a male perspective. You know,
Right.
I'm not turned on by that. I'm really not. I
Mhm.
don't care how sexy the woman may look.
Right.
You can be fully clothed and be just that sexier.
You can.
You can be fully grown. I'm sorry, fully clothed and be
Right.
just as sexy without having to reveal.
Right.
So um, to me, I think that's the direction society is going in today. They putting it all out there, leaving less for the imagination, and it makes it too easy today. It's like the women just don't care, pretty much.
They don't. But for the ones that do, like we saying, it goes back to the man giving a certain woman everything, and you know now she done ruined him, and you know now she's feeling entitled. So for the woman that is keeping it on, it's like,
Right,
do she still have a chance now? Or
right,
does she have to be, you know, because I told you, I went on a date with this guy one time. He was like, "Man, you bad, but I think you need an ass." But now the
right,
men are complaining about the BBLs and talking about women stink and it's hard and they don't want that no more. But it's like the natural woman or the women that's keeping it, you know, sexy and conservative and, you know, a little more reserved or whatever and covered up or whatever.
right,
We've gotten put down so much and so bad. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's like, you know, for because they, you know, it's a study on there saying why are so many women single?
right,
Because the men will go out there and sample everybody else that's on that fast track or whatever, and you know, the woman that's doing things, I wouldn't say quote unquote the right way, but a more respectable manner, she gets condemned.
right. Well,
But
just like I say, from a male perspective, if
mm-hmm,
you feel that you have to have BBL to be part of today's society, I think
right,
something is wrong. I mean, I'm not. Let me say that I'm not against it. You like it, I
right,
love it. That's basically what I'm
right.
gonna say. If you like it, I love it. But me personally, I'll take a natural woman over a woman that's uh all made up.
Mm, right,
You know, BBL,
right,
chest implants.
right,
Big ass eyelashes, and come on now.
right.
That
And I
that
don't, I don't knock them. Some of them, they bad, they amazing. I be even looking like, damn,
right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right.
I do, but I just be like,
But it
even
don't
with the
take all
women
that though.
sometimes, right? But even with the women sometimes they do that, you know, for the natural woman or the woman that's a little more reserved, she's being called a basic B. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so now you want to put me down, and you're the one who made all the changes,
Right. Yeah, but like I said, to each his own. Like I say,
right?
I'm from a male
Right,
perspective. I'm stating my piece. I take a
right,
natural woman any day,
right.
because like I said, these women out here today, I think they just taking it to the extreme. My thing is, if you're gonna do something like that, at least be proportioned with it. You know,
But to me, they not even dressing appropriate for church either, though. Like, you're not even dressing appropriate for certain places that you're supposed to be a little more conservative in or respectable and stuff like that.
Well, the church had that, come as you are. That's they slang. That's their slogan.
Right. Come as you are don't mean put on whole shit to go to the church that you're supposed to be wearing to the club. Look, I'm
Right, right,
sorry. I just got to keep
right,
it. I got to keep it real and raw. No, come as you are, meaning I only have this, and I'm going anyway.
right. I agree.
That's what come as you are mean. If some didn't know, I'm telling you, that's what it means. If you only got 2 pair of slacks and you wearing your slacks in church, or maybe all you had was that whole outfit because you was a prostitute or whatever case may be. Yeah, that's come as you are. Not you got a whole damn wardrobe at home and you
But
putting
that's
on
what you
bodycon
chose.
dresses to go to the church. Like, come
Right.
on now.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Oh
my
God.
I got a spunky personality. Y'all finna see it. So yeah, these segments gonna get turked up.
I know I gotta clean up now. You and me spit water everywhere over here.
And
Oh
I'm not a
Lord.
follower, so I don't mind speaking my mind and my truth. Some
That's what
people
it's
gonna
that's
agree,
what this
some
show
people
all about. You know that.
gonna disagree. I don't care.
Right.
Because guess what? If you have something to say, baby, maybe we be having guests on here, but I don't know. Maybe we can open up the floor and I'll even cut out my segment. If we want to have some callers come in, if we can add them in and do it that
We
way some
can.
type of time.
We
And guess
can.
what? The comments is always open for you to give your feedback. And if we go through
Absolutely.
the comments and you say you want to get on, bring it on.
I know that's right. I know that's
So
right. Y'all got my co-host turn today.
fired up.
Okay, all right.
Look, see, nah, they don't know this how I really am. I be
Right.
chill, but I try to let my outlet come through the fashion, the makeup, and stuff like that. That's how I try to release my energy.
Right.
But when I feel strongly about certain topics and just how I see things going, it's like, come on now, y'all know, y'all
Yeah,
know,
they
y'all
definitely doing the
y'all just
most.
choosing that. So my whole thing is just be accountable.
I
That's
agree.
it. But
I
we know we're
agree.
not gonna get that either.
No, nine times out of 10 you won't.
We're not gonna
Nine
get
times
that
out of
either.
10 you won't get that. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I had today. Unless you
Mm-hmm.
got something you want to touch bases on.
I don't. I think it was a pretty good segment.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, I promote love, positivity, and everything. And you know, sometimes, like they say, don't shoot the messenger. I don't be trying to come off in a harsh way or whatever, but everybody sees what's going on out here. I just really would love if we can all kind of get back to the essence of who we are and the authenticity without losing ourselves. You can grow and you can, become super successful and you can obtain everything you want in life, but still, what I'm saying, have a humble, what I'm saying, approach about things and still be respectable to others out here. If you choose to do something, that's fine, but you don't have to put other people down in the process. That's pretty
Right.
much it.
Right. Okay, everybody. That's gonna conclude today's show. And I want to close out with, one of my typical sayings, and it goes something like this: never let a situation or a person stress you out. Situations can be changed and people can be replaced. So there you have it. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast, and my co-host, Miss
I'm
Deanna. Deanna, give us something to
Yes.
close out with. Give us let everybody know how they can find you. And just so you know, everybody, all her information and our information, the show information, everything will be in the description. But go ahead, Deanna, give it to them.
You guys can reach me on Facebook, Theana Chester. Instagram, Miss Theana, that's MSTHIANA. Beauty services provided through my company, Elite Glamour Girls. So I can be reached on all of those platforms and also on Situations, the podcast.
Okay, there you have it, everybody. And once again, everything will be added in inside of the description for today's show. So make sure you guys tune in next Sunday for something else amazing, other topics. Once again, if you guys would like to be a part of the show, contact us, reach out to us, send us a message. If you got something on your mind that you want to talk about, no matter what it is, no matter what the topic is, nothing is off the table when it comes to Situations the Podcast.
Right. Also, one more
Thank
thing.
you
If you
guys.
guys have any marketing or promo needs, or would like to expand or collaborate with your businesses, services, whatever you have that you provide and put out there to the world, reach out to us. We have
Definitely,
different
most definitely.
packages.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, just let them know we have different packages, promos, pricing that's accommodated for all.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's show. We greatly appreciated it. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday for another amazing episode of Situations the Podcast.